Hi everyone, Vladimir is here with Coldwild Games June 2020 monthly report. So, most of this time has been actually spent working on consoles and expect a more detailed announcement on July 15th. All I have to say is that the process has been quite exhausting, but it's mostly due to my own shortcomings and not other stuff. Luckily, we're still able to stay afloat because the income from Steam has been higher than our expenses, and we are actually starting to think about next projects, although I cannot tell you more about this yet. Having said that, both me and Helen have been spending a lot of time playtesting stuff on the consoles, and due to the gamepad adaptations, and it also became clear to me that I want to do one more update after this one that is going to happen in summer, but the next one is probably going to happen closer to the end of the year. I think my main goal with it would be to add more consistency, because as soon as you start building caravans, you can't actually control much on the limits, how many of your buildings are producing, and this is not ideal if you want to have like a systematically deep system of caravans, and I want to address it by at least introducing the limits on how many goods one can produce. For example, just setting the oven to produce up to 40 bread at maximum. So as soon as you have 40 bread in the storage, oven is not going to produce any more stuff. That I want to add in the second part of the year, like closer to the winter. Apart from that, I'm still browsing the Steam forums for feedback and looking for some other things that might prove useful. So thanks for everyone who's leaving their feedback there. Now, as you might have noticed, I have this new camera, and overall, I like the picture quality, but the skin smoothing. Let me just show you that I cannot really disable. I think it just like builds this fake idea of how smooth my face is, and like it's a huge it's an issue for me, honestly. Like, I'm not that smooth. Like, I look super waxed here. Like, I'm going to demonstrate this. See, as soon as I take my hands off, my face is not that smooth, but over time the camera starts to smooth it over. And the point is, Sony says it can be disabled, but in the streaming mode, when I use the camera and push it towards Elgato, like, this setting doesn't work. The only way to somewhat prevent it is I might try to zoom it with a custom zoom a bit more, and just not to show my face overall. So this way, are you kidding me? Anyway, like, I really like the camera overall, but I really dislike this. And yeah, this is my number one problem. Like, I'm not pretty, like, subjectively. I'm not pretty, and I don't think like it should smoothen over the skin. But I was surprised on how many people are actually getting the camera because of this effect. Don't get me started. Anyway, I just don't want to look unnatural. But for now, there's no workaround, and it's been 4 years. So Sony fixed this in this Alpha 7 firmware, but for some reason decided to ditch Alpha 6000. So don't buy Alpha 6000 camera if you're not ready for this. Yeah, I guess this was a bit personal. Anyway, if you think about personal things, there was the mailing list that we have been gathering since 2017, I think. And I have been not using it much, mostly sending the press releases when we have something that released. But in truth, if I look at my company values and what I really want to, what I really want to pursue is actually building a connection with my audiences. So in a way, the games are a way to connect with people. And that's why I think I need to do something extra with my mailing list. So I just want to have an extra channel of connection. And what does it mean? I'm going to send one monthly email where I will be telling the brief summary of Coldwild games, but I'm going to add a list of cool games, movies, or books that I have experienced this month and I want to share with you. So, as well as the request to share your stuff with me too. So, yes, if this is something that you're interested in, more about my personal life, maybe Helen will feel like chiming in occasionally, then yes, you might sign up for the email that is going to. The form is going to be linked below. And I'm going to add the example letter tomorrow after I've sent it, so that's a bit more about us. Meanwhile, I think this is all for today. Expect an announcement on July 15th, and Vladimir is out. Stay tuned for more news. Bye.